Hello, everyone. And now, I honestly just want to talk about something that honestly bugs me so much. It bugs me so much, and this happens every time I see a video or just a post from about anything Call of Duty, and people are ranking the Call of Duty games. And honestly, I want to ask, when you think about the World War II Call of Duty games. What do you normally think of? And honestly, I feel like most people, when they think of Call of Duty games set during World War II, they would think of World at War, or World War II, or Vanguard. Which honestly, even then, they wouldn't think of Call of Duty World War II. They would probably just think of World at War or Call of Duty Vanguard, because like Call of Duty Vanguard was like the latest one that came out. Like it came out before Modern Warfare 2, so like it's still new. So people will talk, mention that, and then they will just shit on it. And then World at War, is considered the best Call of Duty game and all that. But nobody mentions the previous World War II Call of Duty games. And like I find that so annoying and frustrating. As a longtime Call of Duty fan, who I got into this franchise because of Big Red One. Like I remember being at GameStop, seeing Big Red One for GameCube, and like I had no idea what Call of Duty was at that time. That was my first Call of Duty game, but literally all I saw was a military guy like holding a Thompson, and I'm seeing tanks on it, and like that's literally all I saw. All I saw was the cover. And ever since I was a little kid, I've loved the military. I've loved the military. I remember like I would literally watch Saving Private Ryan and like Gettysburg and all that, and like literally I would just watch it for like the fight scenes, for like the battles. And like I remember literally watching Saving Private Ryan, watching the D-Day scene, and then once that scene was over, I would just leave. And then once the next gun battle happened, my mom would literally call me, like really pause the movie, call me, and I would go back and watch the fight scenes. Like I used to do that. And then as I've gotten older, I've started to appreciate and like love those movies even more, especially Saving Private Ryan, which is my favorite movie of all time. And like I have like the Band of Brothers TV show, which I love as well. But it's like, so yeah, I've gotten more into Call of Duty, and I've played like almost all of them. I say almost because I haven't played the original Call of Duty, or I don't think I've played Call of Duty Ghost yet, and I think that's it. But it's like, when people talk about like Call of Duty, and like even the big Call of Duty YouTubers, they never mention the older ones. The furthest they ever go back is Modern Warfare 4. And that always bugs me. Like even they'll be like ranking the video games or the saddest moments in every Call of Duty game, and then they talk about, and the furthest they go back is Modern Warfare 4, or like Modern Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. And or there'll be like saddest moments, and or like moments in Call of Duty, or ranking the Call of Duty games. And they won't mention the earlier games. They won't mention Call of Duty 2 or Big Red 1 or Finest Hour or Call of Duty 3. They won't mention those games. And yes, they don't really have, they don't have the like characters that the like later games would have. They don't really have the stories that the later game would have. They are very much just normal World War II shooters, where it's like you have mission to mission from like a lot of them is like from D-Day until like the end of the like the last mission, like when like you're crossing the Rhine and all that. But it's still fun. It's still fun. And they're still like, I love them. And, I love seeing like, the Soviet campaign, or like the campaigns in like Africa. Call of Duty 3, honestly, in my opinion, actually, like, you could see like Canadian and like the Polish, and like I love that. That was awesome. I actually in Call of Duty 3, like the British campaign is actually like the worst one in my opinion, because like the missions are honestly just not that great and all that. But like nobody talks about those games. Nobody talks about them, And to me, it's just frustrating. Even big Call of Duty YouTubers, they don't talk about them. And I'm like, these are good games. Like, stop saying, stop ignoring them, or like, say that, stop treating it as if they don't exist because you're just like, oh, there's just World War II shooters. Like, how about you actually play them? They are really fun. Like, yeah, yes, they are like World War II shooters, but stop just discrediting them and throwing them aside as being like, oh, they're just World War II shooters. Like, I don't know. I just don't like it. And as somebody who, I got into Call of Duty because of the World War II shooters, because of Big Red 1, because of the Finest Hour, and then Call of Duty 2, and then, I played Call of Duty 3 later and all that. But, like, same with, like, Call of Duty World War II and Vanguard. Like, they're all good games. And, the same with World at War. But World at War is honestly the only World War II shooter that anyone actually pays attention to. And, they because it's like, that's the best Call of Duty game, which, it's still a great game. I love World at War. But it is very annoying that all the other ones just don't get any attention. Especially when they are really, really fun and really good. I don't know. It was just on my mind, and it's something that I've honestly just kind of been getting pretty annoyed about.